Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to Newark Liberty International Airport, Terminal A. I'm so happy to be here to celebrate the one-year anniversary of Terminal A's opening with all of you. What a treat. New Jersey's first and best new terminal in 30 plus years, so go all of us. And thanks really in part to this terminal being open since 2023, Newark served a record number of passengers last year, over 48 million passengers served throughout the airport, and we couldn't have done it without this amazing new building that we're standing in right now. I'm very happy today to introduce to you all Port Authority Chairman Kevin O'Toole to make some remarks. So Kevin, I'll turn it over to you.
Great, thank you, Sarah. Thank you. So a year ago, we stood here and we had a fire drill. We had a broken water main, and the press was so clever and talked about what went wrong. But I will tell you, we knew that Newark had this great progress and this great promise. And I will tell you, when we stayed here in October of, I think it was 18, and we put the shovels in the ground, we said, out of this land will be greatness. And out of this desert will be this wonderful structure. I will tell you, at that time, I didn't know that this airport would be this great. And it is this great. And Rick and others will tell you about the 5 or 6 awards that we have received, and there's more down the road. You know, when we talk about building a new airport, the Port Authority only does it one way, the very best. Whether it's LaGuardia or JFK or now Newark, the Port Authority only goes one way, and it is this way. You look around at this magnificent structure. 33 new gates, $3 billion, 15 million passengers we've seen, which is 10% more than we projected. We're handling amazing amounts of passengers and cargo, and we're doing it with such state-of-the-art. When you look at whether it's the sensory room, whether it's the bathrooms, whether it's the ingress and egress, whether it's the concession stands, whether it's the suites, this is the way the Port Authority has done things for 102 years. And it is hats off to the Port Authority team. And whether it's Sarah or all the Port Authority employees that are committed to this vision, this dedication. And it's really a credit to Rick. I remember during COVID, we're going over the plans, and we just had to take a pause here. And Rick says, we got to do something different. So Rick called everybody together, and he says, the frontage here has to be changed. We have to make it better, more accessible, brighter, wider. So we made some changes. I think Rick did an audible. And what you're seeing out here is the flow from the vision thing that Rick has put in play. And that's what the Port Authority does. Sarah talks about the best. Well, guess what? We're just getting started. Terminal B, on the way. Vision plan, Newark, on the way. Newark Access, you're hearing it. New air train, it's all coming together. It's amazing. I couldn't be more honored and more delighted, but more grateful for the Port Authority employees who've been doing this for so long. And we're lucky, thrilled to have a leader who I'm going to introduce now. Is Rick Cotton has had this vision thing, this transportation thing, and he won't say it's about him. But if we didn't have a leader like Rick, you wouldn't have a building like this. Please welcome our executive director, our leader, Rick Cotton.
Well, one thing you can't accuse the chairman of is understatement. But thinking about this occasion, our ambition, if you went back 6, 7 years, 8 years, was, I think, truly summarized by saying world class. I don't think there was a single person either out here today or probably anywhere in the New Jersey, New York area who actually believed that the new airports that the Port Authority would build would be world class. But looking here at Terminal A, and the chairman referred to it, in virtually every element, its design, its functionality is extraordinary. It's eye-popping. It is truly extraordinary. It does take a village. The kind words of the chairman about my role are that words, but in terms of the people here and the extraordinary efforts across the port across the Port Authority organization, across multiple organizations that came together in terms of the planning, everything from traffic, the frontages, the layout of these baggage belts that support us, the layout of the departure level of the terminal, the choosing of the concessions. I mean, if you think about, from my point of view, the individuals who are involved in all of that, it is an extraordinary effort. And you look at what the reaction has been. For the terminal to handle 15 million passengers, that's 5 million more in a single year than the old Terminal A handled in any year of its existence. And this Terminal A has only been in operation in terms of the full capability of the terminal for 6 months. So looking ahead, this terminal will set future records. It has also set extraordinary expectations. We intend to live up to those. The fact is, it has been recognized. It was one of the 3 finalists in last year in terms of the pre-Versailles, the UNESCO worldwide evaluation effort in terms of public buildings, in terms of airports. It won the special award for new airports from UNESCO. It's won architectural awards. It's been recognized in terms of passenger experience. So this is a truly historic achievement. I thank all of the individuals, the Port Authority executives, the outside organizations that worked with us, organized labor that built this, the construction companies that poured their heart and soul into, and I should say, not only what we called the base building, but the construction building programs, and then the artists who poured their heart and soul into developing specifically tailored art pieces for this terminal. And all of those really contribute so much to the experience. And I will close by referring to one specific newspaper article covering the art installations here at Newark Terminal A. And the lead of that was an art reporter whose 3-word lead was "Move over, LaGuardia." And that is our standard. Each terminal will be better than the last. All of them are award-winning. All of them are world-class. That's our commitment across the board. And today is a wonderful day, celebrating the 1-year anniversary, celebrating the functional performance, which not only is an extraordinary number, 15 million passengers in a single year, but it contributes to the record-setting level that Sarah referred to in terms of more than 49 million passengers going through Newark Liberty Airport for the first time in its history. So I'm delighted to be here. It's a wonderful day. Thank you all.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Rick. Like you mentioned, under your leadership, we wouldn't be here today to be able to celebrate such a wonderful building and accomplishment. So next, I'd like to talk about another level of Port Authority leadership and recognize Port Authority Commissioner and Mayor of Elizabeth, Chris Bulwish, to come up and talk about his support of the terminal. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you very much, Sarah. It's great to be here to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of Terminal A, which is located in the city of Elizabeth at Newark Liberty International. As a new member of the Port Authority, it's been an absolute thrill to work with Chairman O'Toole and his leadership of the commissioners, and Rick Cotton as the executive director. 8 years ago, I was the mayor of Elizabeth, and I remember the beginning discussions of a new terminal. And I was wondering how it would get built and how quick it would get built. And the parking revenue is important to the city of Elizabeth, and that parking garage that exists generates revenue to our community. And without the leadership of Kevin and Rick and the people who use Terminal A, our 2,000 rooms of the hotels in the city of Elizabeth would be vacant. It's because of this airport that we get more and more usage, and that the hotels in Elizabeth are averaging between 88 and 94% usage because of the people who come here to Terminal A and travel. Every time, often, people look at the government and say, you know, what has the government done? How can the government mess something up? Walk around this building. This is a government structure, and without government acting in the interests of the people and the interests of the commuters and the interests of air travelers, we would not have such a world-class terminal that we have here. I want to thank Chairman O'Toole for his leadership and Rick Cotton as the executive director for making this a reality, making it easier on the constituency of my city, as well as the travelers in this region, to get to a destination of choice or an arrival here to spend time with family or work. Thank you to the commissioners and Rick Cotton.
As general manager of New Jersey airports, I recognize fully that I could not do my job without strong partnerships with my internal team at the Port Authority and also third-party service providers who help us achieve our mission of being world-class operators of world-class airports. To that end, I'd like to introduce Michael Kuhn, CEO of Munich Airports New Jersey, LLC, who's our operator at Terminal A.
Thank you, Sarah. Chairman, Rick. I think it's been a nice journey, and we're celebrating today 1 year of this terminal, but the cooperation and the partnership started way before that. And I think the opening of the terminal last year on January 12th was just the first focal point of this cooperation. Just some key figures we have heard already. We had 15 million passengers in the first year, and bear in mind, we didn't have all the gates open for the full year. We opened the remaining gates only in August. We had 6.4 million of bags of luggage, which we transported through the baggage system. We had more than 130,000 flights, if I'm not mistaken, in the first year. And we had other things. For example, we had 3 job fairs, which I think is also very important for the city of Elizabeth. We had 3 job fairs in the end, helping us to recruit 19,000 people who are working here, which is quite a very, very big number. We have received, in cooperation and by the Port Authority, wonderful hardware, a wonderful asset. And we are very humbled that we will be entrusted to run it together with the Port Authority. But what could you do with the hardware if you don't have the people? If your biggest asset, the people, are not there. So therefore, I would like also to thank all of our partners, of course, the Port Authority as our main partner, but TSA, airlines, all of our 55 concessionaires, whoever works for and at the airport. It's a day of pride for all of us. And closing, I would like to say there is a rule of thumb that for 1 million passengers, you have about 1,000 people working for the company. So if we do the math and just reverse it, and we just heard 19,000 people are working here, you know that the 15 million will not be the end for this terminal. And I'm very much looking forward to jointly develop this future. Thank you very much. It's a very good day. Thank you.
Okay. And not to be understated, last year, a very exciting new facility in addition to Terminal A opened. We opened a consolidated rental car facility at Newark Airport, the first at Newark Airport. One facility that houses not just all the rental car agencies at the airport, but also the public parking associated with Terminal A, something that hasn't been done and combined in any other airport location. We're very excited about that opening in the fall. It made a huge difference for our customer experience in accessing rental cars. And we have a very convenient place for people who are coming and traveling out of Terminal A to park with direct access to the terminal via a pedestrian bridge. So with that, I'd like to introduce our partner from Conrac Solutions, Jomel Barr, to talk about that. Thanks.
Thank you for that introduction, Sarah. Good morning. Conrac Solutions CEO Michael Minerva sends his regrets for being unable to be in attendance today as he's on business travel and was unable to make it to Newark. But I'm honored to be here to deliver remarks on behalf of Conrac Solutions as we celebrate the Newark Liberty International Airport's new rental car facility, which is co-located within the Terminal A's parking garage and open to the public November 15th, 2023. This 2.7 million square foot consolidated rental car facility is walkable, and it houses all 10 on-airport car brands under one roof. And as a result of a shared vision for making Newark Liberty International Airport a world-class travel experience. We are grateful to have been entrusted by the Port Authority to develop such an important piece of Terminal A redevelopment program at Newark, and by the rental car industry to build and operate the facility they call home here. Our involvement in this project began in 2015 when our founder, Mark Pfeffer, worked with leadership from the Port Authority and the rental car industry to bring about a privately developed and financed CONRAC here in Newark. Since then, Newark Liberty International Airport's Terminal A has come to gain an important ground transportation enhancement. CONRAC Solutions extends a thank you to Avis Budget Group, Enterprise Mobility, the Hertz Corporation, and 6 rental car companies, the Port Authority, New York, New Jersey, and our finance partners, Related Fund Management and Fengate Asset Management. Additionally, our appreciation goes out to our project team, construction manager Austin VRH, a joint venture including Austin Commercial and VRH Construction, along with architects PGAL. All have worked tirelessly to bring this vision to fruition. There are several notable components of this project to call out since breaking ground in September 2019. Workforce development and inclusivity were key components of this project, with minority and women business enterprises being awarded 38% of project-related contracts, with more than $187 million being spent in local communities. Also, at no cost to taxpayers or financial risk to the airport and rental car industry, the facility was delivered using CONRAC Solutions' tenant development approach. Through this methodology, the Port Authority was able to retain project-related decision-making control, and the rental car industry has a financially stable facility that meets the needs of their customers. As we celebrate this momentous occasion, let us look forward to the continued positive impact that the new rental car facility will bring to the traveling public, Newark Liberty International Airport, and the rental car industry. Thank you.
Thank you all so much for being here with us today to celebrate this momentous occasion. Newark celebrated its 95th anniversary in October of 2023, and I can't imagine what this airport will look like at its 105th anniversary, just 10 short years away. We are going to be changing the face of Newark as you see it today. So stay tuned, lots more exciting things to come in terms of redevelopment. Thank you all for being here, and let's celebrate, please. Thank you.